What a fabulous day today at Clevertech Tech Day India 2025. Lot of customers, inquiries, questions, presentations from the partners and Clevertech. What an eventful day. I have two exhausted gentlemen, but looking fresh as usual, Luca and Mr. Amit, who is the Indian director for Clevertech India. So, gentlemen, how was your day today?
It was it was a good day. We were not expecting the level of exchange that we had because we do this format of tech days since years in Italy, and we notice a concrete difference between the exchange that we had today here in Pune compared to what we have normally in Europe. We have seen during the different intervention that the customers were really interested into the new innovation that we explained together with our partners. And I think that the level of question that were placed were really a certain level of demonstrating the preparation of the customer.
Yeah, also for me, I think, like you said, the curiosity. When you present something quality, you are able to create the right level of curiosity.
Correct.
And I believe today we were able to, let's say, display to our customers, to the Indian market, because we had really a presence across industry. And we were able to create the right level of curiosity because, oh, this could be interesting. Oh, this is how it could be done. And more than that is not only what is done today in a little bit developed markets, let's say, but is also what the developed markets are thinking about tomorrow. And if we are able to bring that already today here, I think that's an argument that could be interesting, because we cannot anymore afford to just, let's say, replicate. If we have to remain at the front end of this whole cycle, we need to skip a couple of steps or at least think towards it. For me, this was a little bit our idea to have a tech day. This was not a sales day.
Of course.
This was a tech day. And this was a little bit differentiating factor that we try to bring to the market.
What was interesting for me from the media front, one of the biggest dairy, I won't name the companies, but one of the person from one of the biggest dairies in India, one person from one of the biggest consumer products manufacturer in India, they were present, and they were actually discussing their pain points, what solutions they are expecting from you, and the kind of answers both Clevertech, I should mention your partners as well, they have brought little smile on the faces of your customers. So how you actually work, I'm curious to understand how you work with your customers. From the drawing board itself, you try to understand their pain points and then make them understand what solutions you can offer them. Is that the standard procedure that you follow?
Let's say the general idea is always to listen more than to speak more. For us, it's extremely important to be able to address the right solution is to be able to first understand the right question. Because for the same industry in two different companies, there could be different points. And also, based on the technology that they are currently using, they have evolved their workforce and their systems in their own way. So for us in Clevertech, the most important thing is that we did not parachute into sales as people. As professionals, I started my career in operations in the FMCG market.
Okay.
I moved into projects in the FMCG market. Luca will speak about himself. He started from the workshop. And then you grow up, then you are able to have a little bit better visibility. So we are not really sales focused company, we are a solution focused company. And for that you need to build the organization right from the grassroots.
Yeah, for me, I think that the exchange that I had seen today in between customers, and indeed, I stopped to one table during the coffee break where there were four guys from different dairies company, and I have seen them exchanging contacts one to the other. I went there and they said, gentlemen, this is exactly the reason why we are here today, to exchange experience,
Answers.
understand what is your needs and what is the other needs, to be ready to the challenge that we will have in the future. And indeed, today was a successful day because people were talking between them. And as Amit said, for us was not a sales day. If you notice, we did not show one machine from us in the presentation.
Correct.
We explain where we want to go in the future as a vision that we have together since 2018 when we started this company here. And the other, let's say, appreciation that I received today in several different moments has been the words, guys, you are visionary. And this word, listen the words from a French customer that is here today, that know myself since 15 years. And listen this type of comments in a context like India, where we are doing research and development for the headquarters in Italy, and we are bringing innovation to the market. This for me is the best achievement that we could have reached today. And to answer to your question, as Amit said, we are a company that don't send an offer as a reply to an inquiry. Never. Never. What we send as answer to an inquiry is a set of questions. We will never send an offer to an inquiry because we have to understand the customer needs. And as he said, customer A, customer B, same market, same product, has different requirements. And then you cannot give them the same solution. You have to understand what they want. And sometimes the person that you are in front with, that is the one that is giving you the inquiry, is not the person that knows how the operation is working. So also here, what we do normally is to try to go to the people that are on the field together with all the team and understand the real needs of the operation, because they have to be the first one happy working in a Clevertech system.
So, I mean, I can now, after attending the conference, the factory tour, I can safely say it's not a tech day anymore. It's a tech collaboration day where partners, customers, Clevertech come together and discuss technology and collaborate to make new offerings which will help your customers. Great. So, coming to what kind of solutions you have been offering to the industry in palletizing and depalletizing needs for your customers? What kind of offerings you currently have?
You know, speaking about the portfolio that we have, it's very, let me say, it's very limiting the range of possibility that we have in Clevertech. In Clevertech, in general, what we do is material handling.
Correct.
So material handling in the FMCG market, that means handling pouches, cans, bottle, carton, bags, whatever. And this from the front and to the end of the line.
Right.
So if we have to, let's say, summarize, and this part of our vision, remain the leading company in material handling market globally, and keep and increase the gap that we have against our competitor. And these results comes also from day like this, where you have a shared vision, where you listen a lot, because at the end of the day, there were 5 different interventions by different partner, and we did only one. We are the organizer,
Correct.
but we did only one intervention. We listened for intervention, and what we are bringing home from these 4 intervention is something that enrich us.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, you being in market from 2018 in India as an Indian entity, so it's good 7 years. Amit, this question is for you. Good 7 years in India. Of course, the technological support and the product support from Italy. How do you see the Indian market growing in last 7 years with COVID being there for 2 years almost?
Yeah, to be absolutely candid with you, when we started in 2018, we were scratching our heads a little bit and asking ourselves the question, are we a bit too early in this market? Today, we look in our eyes and we say, thank God we came in 2018. Because that gave us the time again to listen to the market. Today, 7 years later, the market is ready to accept solutions in the areas that we are talking about. 7 years back, if I was going and talking about a palletizer, people were thinking, why do you need a machine to pick a box and put a box? Might as well I use people. And yes, it is still possible, it is still largely done in this way. But the fact of the matter is, the populace of India is not looking at its future in picking a box and placing it for 8 hours. This is not the dream of anybody in India. From the lowest level of the society to the highest level, nobody look forward to this activity. And it has to be automated. So we feel that the market in India is now ready. Thanks to the general atmosphere also, I must fully make this point that the government is pushing Indian entrepreneurs, Indian engineers, Indian youngsters to move into understanding the possibilities that they can have in manufacturing. The atmosphere is completely different. And so I say again, thank God that we came in 2018. It was the right moment. We did not know it, we did not believe it, but it was indeed.
Great. So, Luca, you have been to India for almost 20 years now. You understand this market very well. I need to understand your perspective on the technology that you are bringing in. You have the top end of the engineering, right? Is India market ready? Because obviously, top end engineering also has a cost, additional cost to it. Is Indian market ready for this kind of machines?
For us, what we are doing now is a fraction of what we can do in the next year. And for this to explain you a little bit the context, when we were yesterday evening together with our CTO, Chief Technical Officer, and our President, we were discussing about this. And our CTO said, guys, what you are doing now is a gym preparation for the future. Because here, what we are expecting, and you are completely right, is many years that I am coming here in India, and India gave me a lot, and I want to give back a lot. In India is arriving a big revolution in the packaging market, very big revolution. And they try to connect few dots to arrive to my conclusion. Tata purchased Iveco. Iveco is an Italian company making trucks. The main reason, beside all the other business reasons of this operation, in my opinion, and I did not read anything, it's just my logic, is because India needs a standardized vehicle to transport the goods in the same way the goods are transported in the rest of the world. That it means transport the goods in pallet. Actually, the pallet in India is only utilized within the company logistic. As soon as the goods goes out from the company, there is no pallets, and the carton are manually loaded inside the trucks that are of different sizes and different type of configuration. This to say what? That if we are successful today with what we are doing, looking to what is arriving next, that is a standardized truck, where we can think to load as we do in Europe, in the rest of Asia, and in America, the complete pallet. This is a game changer for what we are doing here. And the second game changer is in the front of line, because now we talk about the end of line. In the front of line, the game changer is arriving with well palletized glass bottle for the distillery and for the brewery. That if you think about worldwide, if you look the number, India is the only country that has a growth in this sector. If you look company like Pernod Ricard, brewery, these guys has a tremendous growth in India. At the same time, in Europe, they have a decline market. These guys has volume and they need a standardized pallet load to have a high efficiency in their line, because actually there are too many differences, too many discontinuities. And here we are working as well on the cold chain, on the glass manufacturer side, to palletize glass bottle and then be able to serve all this market that needs a standard load to have a front of line and end of line that is competitive in automation with the rest of the world. So these two big revolution, pallet load for logistic, incoming material, is what we see coming up in the near future and what will bring us again to another level.
Coming back to your machines, let's take any specific industry which has different product sizes. So are your machines doing, can pick and palletize different size materials in one go? And let's say there are multiple line products are coming in. Do we have a solution for this?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. And I always like to bring in the answer the experience that I had, because I had the experience, I have more than 25 years experience in this market, and I've been traveling all over the world from Japan to Chile to bring technology there. And you know, the world is very different, because if you look at beverage bottle in Mexico, for example, the most standard size is a 3-liter bottle.
Okay.
Very big. If you look moving from west to east, this volume is shrinking. Is becoming 1.5 in Europe, then is becoming 1 liter, then half a liter, and here we have the 180 or 100. But there are
Yes.
much smaller size.
Much smaller size also.
Yes.
So when we do in Clevertech a development, like the research and development that we are doing here, that is part of the research of development of the group, because we must say that the biggest part of the research and development is in Italy. But here we are doing something. We have always to think about a worldwide context, because we are a global company. And whatever we develop here has to be also capable to work in Mexico. So it's very, to answer your question, yes. I gave you the motivation of this, yes, because we are working internationally. What we are developing here, once that is a solid and mature technology, is going to be developed worldwide. And it's not a case that in the last year, in 2025, from India, we served with system in Netherlands, up and running with an happy customer, and now we have a project that is going in Germany. So India, for Clevertech, is not just a market with boundary. But it's a market where the boundaries are down, and we want to push, once that we have the good product, that product worldwide. It's important to mention that the research and development that we are doing here is a part of the research and development that we are doing in the company, because the big chunk of R&D is in Italy. But we have to keep in mind that being a global company, whatever we do as R&D in India has to be fruitful for all the other countries worldwide. Because for Clevertech, Clevertech India is the company where we are doing some part of the R&D, but then once that this product is mature, we can bring it everywhere. So it has to handle every type of container that can be handled. Big sizes in Mexico or small sizes here.
Correct. So now coming to the software side. So it's an in-house software that you are developing,
Yes.
which is again running worldwide,
Yes.
from west to east completely. How easy is it for the operator who will operate this, whether he is in Mexico, whether he is in Japan or in India? How do you make sure that the same software is very much capable of understanding the language, the operator, not language, but the operations, the operator worldwide will, who will be operating it, is easier for him?
So software-wise, we are doing the creation of the back end of the software and of the front end.
Correct.
So we have the complete knowledge and control of the software. The other criteria that we have in developing software is that it has to work in a Siemens base and it has to work in a Rockwell base.
Correct.
Because we, as a company, we believe in open source program. We are giving to the customer the source code of the software and an open software, which nobody does in this market, because everyone has business model, they want to make money in the after sales
After
business. If you look our machine, in terms of total cost of ownership in the after sales business, is a fraction. We are not even reaching the 2-digit in our 250 million euro turnover. We are not reaching the 2-digit in the service side.
Service.
This is important to mention, because if I develop something and I give you the possibility to improve it, it's another story compared to obliging you to call us for any kind of modification that you need to do.
Okay.
So software-wise is very open, it is accessible, and it is with comments in English, also because ourselves, with the 24/7 support, we have 4 main hubs that are doing the 24/7 supports. One is in India, one is in Poland, one is in Italy, and one is in Mexico.
Okay.
If we don't have a standard software for our machine that can be utilized by the 4 sites, we are the first one suffering about that.
Correct.
Not the customer, we are the first one. So it's very important for us to write the software in a specific manner. And for this, we learn, as always, from our customers. Back in the 90s, there is an important multinational like Procter & Gamble, to whom we deliver more than 700 systems until now, who came in Clevertech and explained us the PAC-ML structure of software. And PAC-ML, at that time, nobody was doing it. In Clevertech is a standard way of writing software since 20 years.
Okay.
And is the standardization of the software program that dictate in which way you have to write the software, which module in sequence you have to write, and what are really the main role of this module within the software. Because it's very important to understand that as of now, companies are very much focused in hardware, to standardize the hardware. So the example that I always give is, you buy the machine from ABC, you make sure that everything is in Siemens or everything is in Rockwell. Fine. But then how you assure that the software is always written in the same manner? Because myself, Luca, I am thinking in a way. Amit is thinking in his way.
Of course.
So Amit is giving your machine, his machine with that way of writing the software. Myself, I am thinking a different way, another sequence. With PACML, you standardize the hardware part of the software and also all the language in which you write the software. And this is of extreme importance for the end user that will receive a line from Clevertech with integrated different machine, but all the software from Clevertech and from the integrated machine are all written in the same manner.
manner. So Amit, now the customer is there, machine is set up. God forbid if there is an issue, how are you able to service that customer without having a minimum downtime? What's your standard procedure? I'd like to understand that.
So generally speaking, whenever there is such a situation, and from time to time there could be. First of all, here in India, we are 26 service technicians.
Okay.
This team is structured in three, let's say, key areas. One is the automation, the other is the mechanical, and the last one is the electrical. Typically, even though everybody is, let's say, segregated in a specialization, everybody is trained to understand the machine equally well from their perspective. So if at all there is an issue, of course, every customer has their key point of contact to whom they have to make the first contact. This contact typically is a regional service manager. And please bear in mind again that Clevertech being a global organization and India being an important part of the global service network. So India is one of the 4 key hubs of service within the entire global network. So we don't only receive calls from India, we also receive call from Indonesia, we receive call from Japan, we receive call from New Zealand. What is basically the procedure is that we receive the call to the key, let's say, person that has been assigned the customer, and then he has to process this information of the problem, based on which we decide whether it could be first assessed remotely, which it is normally. Then we assign a member of the team. We also have a team for remote support in Bangalore. That is already 9 people. And this remote support team does the first level assessment. If they are able to solve the problem already there, perfect. If not, if we identify any specific requirements, then this is escalated and assigned to another dedicated person of that skill level and that particular solution in order to be implemented. So there is a proper structure and a procedure. And like I said, the Indian customer gets the advantage of this structured approach, which is designed for a much more complex geography. Sitting out from India with people, young guys with 5, 7, 8 years of experience that have traveled half of the world. Most of our service guys have traveled more countries than me, and I'm very proud for that, because that's a sector that I believe it comes at service, facing people, understanding, listening. These are aspects that come naturally. The empathy comes naturally to Indians. Plus, we are not bad at technology. So we are young, we have empathy, we are willing to do, we are willing to work hard. And I believe so far we've been doing in the software world, remote services and nowadays GCCs and all this kind of stuff. It is about time that we as a country think how do we facilitate our people to be able to move more freely in the geography to serve the people on the ground, not for long-term stays, but for a stay for a week, for 2 days, as a specialist, as people who could go there, solve the problem, and come back.
True.
And here I think that it's exactly the point. Amit said completely right in the sense that people with the natural added value that you have as technology knowledge, all the possibility of communication that you have. We have a company as well in China, but we have not the same capability of communication with the Chinese as we have here. So India has to understand this, that the opportunity that is on the table now to really become a global player in the technology market is also driven by the facts that people has to be facilitated to travel.
True.
Because if we have to ask every time a visa to travel to a country where then the guy has to take from Pune has to go to Mumbai, maybe first instance the visa is refused, then he has to go back. The customer cannot wait 2 weeks for a technician.
Correct.
And here from India, think that we are controlling after sales from Turkey up to Japan, New Zealand, Australia. So we have a chunk of area that if we are facilitated in let travel our people, we have enormous payback to the country.
So, gentlemen, I know you guys are pretty exhausted after a long day. So, any final words for your customers who are listening to you?
Yes, we started this journey together in 2018. We have been fully supported by the company in Italy in any decision we have taken so far. We have already 2 plants here in operation in India, and what we are doing here is something special because it's not a copy-paste technology from what is existing, but is also research and development for new application. So Clevertech is a global company that is investing massively here in India, and I think that together with you, we can really generate a technology for the future that is giving you the possibility to maintain the leadership in the FMCG market.
I completely second the thoughts. We are here because we believe in this market. We are here because we want to make a difference. And I think that our message and our intentions are starting to be understood and well received. So first I want to thank you for this journey of 8 years that we were able to bring ourselves to this level. And from here, I am sure of the support that we will get from our Indian customers. Thank you so much. We look forward.
Grazie mille.
Thank you, gentlemen. Pleasure speaking to both of you. Thank you, and we wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you.